Hi friends, my name is Katie. Welcome to my channel, Life Between Words. I thought I would do a little bit of an update to let you guys know what's been going on in my life and to tell you a little bit about what I've been reading. I'm in the hospital. I'm in the children's hospital with Wilder. He has RSV, and we went to the hospital, the ER, on this past Tuesday. He also has a bit of secondary pneumonia that they found yesterday. So on Tuesday we were admitted, and we've been here ever since. So I'm sorry if I look like a hot mess, but I have not been home since Tuesday, and I'm really tired. And so, yeah, I'm really tired, and I'm also getting over a cold myself. I have an ear infection and a sinus infection, which seems to happen every time I get a cold now. Thankfully, we're at a world-class children's hospital. I'm so sad to see my little boy suffering like this, but thankfully it could be worse. RSV is really common. We've all pretty much had it, but when little ones like this get it, Wilder's not even a month old yet, and so their bodies they don't have much of an immune system, and their bodies just can't handle this virus. So they just have to take special care of him. So anyway, that's a little bit about what's been going on. It's been a really stressful week, and no one wants to live in the hospital for any amount of time, but that's just been life this week. And I'm really thankful because we have a lot of really wonderful family and friends who've been surrounding us with love and support and lots of prayer, which has been great. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update in that respect. I obviously have not been reading very much. It's very hard for me to concentrate on anything other than taking care of Wilder. And when I do have a few moments to myself, generally I'm, vegging out watching Netflix or something that takes a little bit less concentration. But I do have some books that I've been working on, and I thought I would share those with you. First, I have been reading The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I'm really loving this book, you guys, and I've been told pretty much since I started my channel that I would love this book. It's a science fiction book about a group of people on a ship that punch holes in space. They make tunnels from one place to another, and the cast of characters just worms their way into your heart so quickly, and that is obviously, I've told you guys multiple times, what I love in a book. I love good characters. This is a zippy story too, so it's not like the story drags at all, but these characters are just so lovable. It reminds me a lot of the show Firefly. I get the same sort of vibe from it. It's the kind of story that I'd love to be able to pay more attention to, but like I said, I'm in the hospital. My mind is elsewhere. My concentration is elsewhere, so while I don't want to put this book down and wait to read it, I also wish I were in a place where I could really immerse myself in it. I am also reading Mischling by Affinity Konar. I think this was a new release this fall. It's a World War II historical fiction novel following twins that have found themselves in Mengele's zoo, which is a place in Auschwitz where Dr. Mengele, who is the infamous Nazi doctor that did experiments on twins and other groups of people with genetic abnormalities. This story contains really awful subject matter, although it never goes into explicit detail, which is really good, because in some ways that would feel a little gratuitous. However, I also do not feel emotionally invested in either of the characters or their situation or the story in general, which I feel like you should feel emotionally invested in them. There's a fine line with this kind of story where you don't want it to be gratuitous, but you also need to feel the weight of what's happening. It's beautifully written, but in my mind, the writing takes away from the story. I don't really like the writing. I don't connect with it. I think it's obtuse and distant and too pretentious. And I know I've said that before, but I really don't like pretentious writing. I think writing can be really high quality and beautiful without being pretentious, and I don't find that this book has that elusive quality of being great without being pretentious. Quite honestly, I'm about 70% of the way through, and if I were not someone who has a really hard time DNFing books, I probably would have DNF'd this book. But as it is, I'm going to push through. I have not been reading this while I'm in the hospital. The subject matter is just a little too hard. Finally, I'm also listening to the audiobook of Anne of Green Gables, written by Rachel McAdams. Not written by Rachel McAdams. It's written by Ellen Montgomery, but it's being read aloud by Rachel McAdams. And I know I've mentioned this in a previous video, but I am just absolutely adoring this audiobook, specifically the audiobook being read aloud by Rachel McAdams. I just find her characterizations so spot on. She's bringing this story to life in really wonderful ways. And I have to say that it's the perfect book for me to be listening to while I'm in the hospital because it's so gentle and the characters are so lovely and wonderful. The story is so beautiful and, like I said, sweet and gentle, and it's exactly what I need right now when I'm trying to take care of my sick infant. It's the perfect thing to sort of lull me to sleep when I'm alone in this hospital room at night. I really hope that the next time I see you, I will be out of the hospital. I'm really hoping that they send us home tomorrow, but a few things need to happen before they'll release us. They need to see a few things change, and they are starting to, so that's good. I really love you guys, and I really hope that you guys are having a better week than I'm having, but if you're also having a hard week, my heart goes out to you, and I know that I have so appreciated the love and the prayers that I've received. I have just felt so surrounded by a chorus of prayers, and it's been, that's been really a blessing during this time. So, and it could be a lot worse. Wilder could be even more sick than he is, and he's not. He is going to get better. Yeah, I'm really thankful for the time and place that I live so that I can get the quality of care that I'm receiving. That has been a silver lining in this mess, because as much as I don't want Wilder to be in the hospital at all, I'm really glad that he's here, because I would prefer that he were here at the hospital getting this kind of care than at home with me and suffering and potentially not surviving. So yeah, I hope that this video finds you well, like I said, and I will talk to you all later.